Hello everyone, this is Kevin Annett, Eagle Strong Voice. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. This morning I'm officially declaring myself to be a candidate in the upcoming Canadian federal election, running within the constituency of Winnipeg North. I'm doing so as a representative of the Republican Party of Canada, and I will actively campaign under the banner and the program of that party. It is time for Canada to come of age. For too long we have labored under the burden of foreign control and indebtedness, and of the murderous legacy of colonialism and genocide. 4 million of our people and over 1 million children languish in an intergenerational poverty, while the vast wealth of our nation is sucked away by foreign multinationals and their subservient agents in Ottawa. And yet, as long experience has proven, there is no remedy for this suffering within the present political system in Canada. For the federal government and its courts are an unaccountable clique owing their allegiance to a foreign power called the Crown of England and to its corporate partners in crime. There can be no remedy or future for our nation as long as we are denied a truly representative democracy, a sovereign republic in which the people can govern themselves and reclaim the vast wealth of our nation for all of the people. Our Republican government will do so by enacting a constitutional provision that prohibits foreign or domestic multinational corporations any control of the Canadian economy, and by establishing a guaranteed national income for all Canadians. I'm running on a campaign to begin that process of securing sovereignty, prosperity, and independence for the peoples of Canada. We do not recognize the authority or the legitimacy of the Crown of England and its corrupt puppet government in Ottawa. Our aim is to establish a new constitutional authority in Canada under the jurisdiction of a democratic republic. If elected, I will refuse to take the oath of allegiance to Queen Elizabeth and her descendants, and I will move for an immediate national referendum to establish a fully sovereign republic in our country. I call upon every elected member of Parliament to take a similar stand and refuse the oath to the British Crown. Our Republican Party of Canada is the tip of a spear held in the hands of all of the people, because a majority of Canadians, 58%, recently voted in a poll in favor of the establishment of a republic in our land. Only such a republic can wipe away the bloodstain of genocide and colonialism in Canada and unite Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in a federation of equal nations. Only such a republic can bring about a genuine equality and partnership between French and English Canada. That indeed was the dream of our ancestors, our rebel ancestors who in 1837 and 1885 fought unsuccessfully to overthrow the British Crown and create a true democracy in Canada. Those ancestors have passed on to us the torch of our common dream. Those ancestors and every victim of genocide and empire look to us now, today, to complete and to achieve that vision, a vision symbolized in this flag of our new republic, which depicts the three founding nations, the English, the French, and the Indigenous, and the original two-row wampum Treaty of Equality, by which the land was to be shared by all of us. Our new society will be the creation of all of the people, not the creation of a handful of professional politicians, but of we the people, gathered in sovereign assemblies in our own neighborhoods. The Republic of Canada will be a grassroots democracy based upon the right of the people to debate and pass and enforce laws of their own choosing in their own communities. We are beginning that revolution today in many towns and hamlets across our nation. The upcoming election campaign will be a platform from which we can espouse and share that vision with all Canadians. But our movement will continue long after the election. It will continue every day, for it's not dependent on the outcome of that election. Our purpose is nothing less than the establishment of a new republic in Canada while we disestablish the old regime called the Dominion of Canada. Now, we've commenced that movement already by calling upon all of the legal agents of the Crown of England and Canada to stand down from their oath of allegiance to Queen Elizabeth and her regime. That includes the RCMP, the police, civil servants, judges, the military, and every officer of the state. We call upon those men and women to recognize that the Crown of England, like the Vatican, is a criminally convicted genocidal regime that, under international law, has lost its right to govern. For the sake of the law itself, for morality, and for justice, the legal agents of Canada and the Crown must now take an oath to the new republic and to its constitution that will be established by we the people at our first constitutional Congress. In this way, like in any genuine revolution, we are creating our new republic alongside the old collapsing regime, armed with our own common law courts, our own citizen militias and sheriffs, and local people's assemblies. Well, some may call this treason. In fact, it is the present regime in Canada that is treasonous to the people by serving a criminal overseas regime guilty of centuries of mass murder, fraud, genocide, and theft perpetrated on all of us. Our Republican movement represents a return to the rule of law, to true democracy, and to the will of the majority of Canadians. I ask for the help and the participation of all people in Canada in this sacred historic movement. I especially appeal to the people of North Winnipeg to join me in making the first public declaration for liberty in Canada. For I grew up on Winnipeg streets, and I know firsthand the crushing effects of intergenerational poverty and genocide. Generations of my Scottish ancestors lie buried in Kildonan Cemetery in the North End, and some of them and my Métis relatives fought alongside Louis Riel in 1885. So I'm returning to the land of my people to help plant another seed of our new nation. And in that spirit, let me close with the words of another one of my ancestors, Philip Annett, who fought alongside William Lyon Mackenzie and others in the ranks of the Republican movement in Upper Canada in 1837. A farmer, a blacksmith, a staunch Baptist who refused to support the Church of England with his taxes, Philip Annett summed up the vision and the promise of our true Canada when he wrote these words to his people, his family back in Wiltshire, England, soon after he began to take up arms against the British Crown. And Philip wrote, "You must all come to Canada whilst you have a chance. Here is an excellent land that can bear any crop. Here you have no rent to pay, no poor rates, and scarcely any taxes. No gamekeepers or lords over you. Here you can have every good thing. Here is a land of liberty and plenty where we are held in respect by our neighbors, and we aim to keep it so." Let us continue the dream of Philip Annett and so many others. Let us take back our nation and reclaim it for all of us and for our future. This is Kevin Annett, Eagle Strong Voice, republicofcanada@gmail.com, murderbydecree.com. Stand by for more. I thank you.